When you hit hurdles or you hit a traffic jam, it's not a chance for you to give up. It's a chance for you to probably have a moment of, oh no, but you can reconsider. And a lot of people think that just because I've hit a low point or a time in my life that things aren't going the way I planned, I should give up. And this give up attitude is what makes people stoppable. So my response to that, if you want to become unstoppable, keep going. Even when all odds and even when things seem like, oh my God, keep going. So what I've started to do in my life is I've reframed whenever I hit a hurdle, I turn it from a roadblock to a speed hump. And I start to say to myself, it's on the way, not in the way. Okay, I have a meeting with an influencer or a CEO, and for some reason he has to reschedule. Okay, it's on the way, not in the way. I don't give up on that. I continue to pursue and to connect with that particular person and make other time and reschedule and make it happen. Hit a gatekeeper who doesn't want to let me through to the influencer. Okay, that's fine. It's on the way, not in the way. Got to find out what their company values are and see how I can help them and demonstrate that value before they perhaps let me through to the next level, if that makes sense. Even when the world feels like it's upside down, you still have the reason and the will and the must to continue and to keep going and to govern how you do things, to govern your mindset, to govern your values, and to really reassess, what am I doing to make this work for me, and what am I doing to blow it up into something that it's not. So it's all in your hands. Nobody else, like I said, wakes up committed going, I'm going to get you to achieve what you want to achieve. Unless they're your coach and you've paid them for it, then that should be their job, right? But nobody else does it. Not even your mum, not even your wife. I mean, I've told partners that are at crossroads that your wife is not committed to you. Your wife is committed to herself. She's committed to what she wants to achieve in life. And the only reason you got together is because your values united you. Your values were common values. The moment you stop having those common values, she's no longer committed to you. She's committed to her values. And that's what dictates happy relationships or not so happy relationships. And if you can think that in the most important relationship in my life, which is my wife, then you can think that with your clients. They're not committed to you, they're committed to their values. And if you can unify and help them achieve their values, they'll stay loyal to you. If you can't, they won't stay loyal to you. They'll stay loyal to their values. Does that make sense? So imagine, right, I walked 17 kilometers yesterday around Singapore just because I like sightseeing. I think, like Sally was saying earlier, it's one of the best ways to see a city is on foot. I've been to Singapore many times, but I just really enjoyed walking and really enjoyed walking around Singapore. But imagine if I was lost. I had no end destination. I was just walking around, sightseeing. But if I was lost, what would I do? Wouldn't it be wise for me to stop and go, I know where I need to go, the Park Royal Hotel, and it's a hard one to find. I think you were saying this morning this was a hard place. Wouldn't it be wise for me to stop and ask for some directions before venturing off in a certain direction so that I can get there in a certain time frame, especially if I have to arrive at a certain time? Wouldn't it make sense to stop and ask someone? Well, a lot of people in life, instead of stopping to ask, they just keep going. They might feel lost in their relationship, they might feel lost in their business, they might feel lost in their career. But instead of stopping and asking someone who's already been in that direction, they just want to keep going. They have the best guess. They go, this way's north, this way's south, that's my west, this is my east, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to head north, west, whatever, right? And they go further away from their target, or they go further away from where they want to achieve. So what I find myself doing is becoming kind of like a tour guide for people. When they're a little bit lost, or even before they get lost, I'm the kind of guy that can help them either in a group environment or one-on-one to find their direction and to stick to it and to find the best way there. Now, I don't help people find shortcuts as such, but that in itself, giving someone a bit of direction, a bit of assistance, can become the shortcut unless you want to get from here to bogeys. Is it called bogeys? Boogies. Boogies-la. Yeah, to get to Boogies-la from Park Royal Hotel, I could end up going this way and completely losing myself, or ask a local and say it in their accent, and it's only like not even one street. I think you take one street and go straight and you're there. It's that simple. So it may not be a shortcut, but if I didn't ask and I went all around to get there, then that's the long way. And so life has this. You've got people that you can model. And in my life, I'm modeling some of my greatest mentors. The saying in my industry is stand on the shoulders of the greats. I may not be a Tony Robbins. I'm not selling $5,000 tickets to events that are filled out with stadiums. But I don't have his height. But I'm standing on the shoulders of the great. And I don't have his voice. His voice is very quirky. I can't even pretend to have his voice. But he's one of the people that inspired me. I remember when I had stressful days in the corporate world and I was chained to my desk and my computer, and I was working away as an analyst before I got my promotions, before I understood personal development. I'd watch his videos and I'd watch him in a few minutes change someone's life. Change a 35 or 36-year-old man from stuttering. Every, I think it was 10 seconds or 20 seconds, he'd stutter like 3 or 4 times. It was really painful to watch this guy try and even describe something. Change this guy's 30 years or whatever it's been of experience in like 20 minutes. Change the quality of this guy's life. The guy lost that stutter and gained full ability to speak like I'm speaking to you within 10, 20 minutes of spending time with this guy. And I thought, this is power. This is an influencer. We talk about business influencers like decision makers, but this is an influencer. This is a life influencer. This is a game changer for people. And I thought, why does it feel like it resonates in my heart and soul that that's what I want to do for the rest of my life? It just resonated. I just knew there was an equilibrium, or there was something in my center that said, this is where you're heading. You're going to do it in training rooms for groups of people, and you're going to do it individually with one-on-one sessions, and this is where you're heading. But I almost needed my own crisis, like the corporate stress, the relationship stress at home, for me to go and pursue personal development, for me to then find the way to get into that path, if that makes sense, because that's how I developed my love for personal development. So